comes to fuel and so forth in terms of city
Like,
development.
I'm beginning to figure it out step by step, but I would like some critical advice from you on how to, like, oil, coal out there in the fields. What should I push for colonies more
All right, so
or call
in essence, colonies will kind of help. The game needs some more I'll say this first. The game needs some more optimization because I'm playing this on a
it
high-end system and it's still giving me issues. So it still needs some more optimization, but I help you
that
out.
much is clear,
Yeah.
and I'm struggling to adapt because look, I'm on the easiest setting because I'm just trying to figure it out, and I'm getting my butt royally handed to me.
Well, you see
Easiest setting.
when it comes to Frostpunk, there's no such thing as the easiest setting. I mean, they say it's citizen, but it's basically still difficult. It's Frostpunk. I don't think they should have an easy setting really. But
But the thing is, the reason I'm on the easier setting is to learn.
no, that's fair enough.
And
All right.
so basically, I'm using it as a learning aid because Frostpunk, it always was hard when I first played it. And as time went on, I went on the harder and harder difficulties, but it was always difficult.
Yeah, once with Frostpunk, like once you figure out how the game plays, you really don't have a problem running it. Well, I would say you shouldn't really have an issue
So endless
running.
minds, adaptive generator, good things.
Well, the endless mines do help for a bit, but you have to have a substantial amount of them, especially when you especially when you're sick. Alright, as I'm saying, it works. The endless mines will help in some instances, but it all depends on how much resources you're able to pour in. Because really, if you really want to have a successful city, you have to really go out into the Frostland and gather resources, and you have to
And
follow
I'll
along.
expand as fast as I can. I just need to get things stable enough that I can go out there and keep the problems at bay. You know, that sort of stability.
It works, but it requires some internal city management. So one of the things that I would say you should look at, it doesn't matter what difficulty level you decide to launch the game on, is you should look at two main things, heat and tension. So heat heat by itself is how much is heat is based on how much fuel the generator has. So unlike in one where you'd have to increase the temperature at certain times or you had to manually adjust temperatures in different districts and so on, in this one it's a bit different where the heat is basically associated with the amount of fuel that the generator itself has. So if the generator, for example, in my situation, my city's generator has access to over 1.6 million stockpile of oil, which would last for about 1,324 days. All right,
Okay.
which is like 4 weeks or so.
Oil
Uh,
is extremely a reliable resource, correct?
Coal at the present moment is very reliable. It is easily found within the Frostland.
Okay.
And
Is by the way, question. Transportation, is tramways more effective than paths?
the tramways are a lot more effective because they get the resources there a lot quicker. So I would say tramways
Yeah, so
are the
I'll
way to
focus
go.
on tramways when I get them built.
Yeah, so tramways will do the deed for you, right? So tramways will get the resources to your city a little bit faster. However,
Understood.
however, um, the tramways require scouting parties to develop. So you have to look at how
Research. I know.
yeah. So
I've been exploring this game yesterday. but I've been hitting a brick wall because of stability issues.
Yeah, you're going to have stability issues if you don't look at. So one of the first areas you should look at is the generator upgrade, coal liquefactors, and settlement heating, right? And then you can look at housing into,
Heating?
huh?
Yes, I was looking at geo G
Geothermal
geoscene,
plant.
you know.
Yeah, the
Seemed to
geothermal
be a nice
plants. Yeah, but you don't really want to get into that too early in the game because it requires certain things to build them. Some of them might require, let me look and tell you what they require because I'm in the city view right now. I'm going to the extraction district. So the geothermal plants, um, which one is it? Yeah, you can go for it. I mean, you can go for it and um there are two versions of it. There's the one that doesn't use coal, that doesn't use steam cores, and then you have the one that uses steam cores. The one that uses steam cores is a bit more advanced, right?
the steam core ones. I bet there's plenty out there in the frost land.
Yeah, if you look, if you do a lot of exploration of the Frostland, you will find it. So I'm gonna help you out now as it relates to how to manage it. So it's based upon what the districts demand. So each district demands
So
us,
basically the resources of the critical resource that is most needed is basically coal. I have currently I'm on a new map. I'm currently having one oil and one coal all colony built.
all right,
But
so
yeah,
So for the first level of the generator, level one upgrade, the generator you can also research adaptive pumps. So what that does is it allows the generator to act
for both oil and coal, and I think steam.
correct. So it has a much better blend of resources. And so with a blend of resources, the generator isn't dependent on one specific resource, right? And so over time, the generator will be able to handle a lot harsher conditions. Once you've solved the fuel problem by following the research tree, so within the research tree, dealing with it, you want to look for extractors. So
Extractors, deep mining,
correct.
finding an adaptive reactor are the most critical.
Yes,
Correct?
yes, because that allows you to extract the resources from the ground a lot longer. In addition to that, you can use some aspects of the resource tree as it relates to the production of goods. Some factories will also allow you to produce certain amounts of fuel as well, so like oil. So there's some factories that produce that resource. I'm gonna look and see if I can find one here. Because I have a decent amount. Let's see. This is pharmaceutical. This looks to be stimulant manufacturing, waste incineration. I'm coming. Give me a sec. I'm looking for it. I wonder if this is it. Let me tell you the name. No, that's not it. I'm gonna go into the industrial area and look for it.
Yeah, once I get everything stable, I think it will be a lot more funner, but it's
All
just
right, I found it. So the thing is the coal liquefactor factory. So,
coal liquefactor. Gotcha.
uh-huh. So what
I'll
that,
look into that.
yeah, so what it does is it basically allows you, in a sense, it provides you with the ability to produce fuel within the industrial districts, which is also good, but I wouldn't say it's a very large amount, but it can get the job done. So it's something you can look into should you desire to actually do. So those are just some of the ways. All right, now once we get the fuel under control, the next thing that we have to look at, these are just basic needs, which would be the food, the
Food,
disease
I
healthcare.
figured it out. You know those drums at the food facilities? Those are somewhat reliable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the what are they called now? I'm gonna give it a name.
Uh,
Advanced,
House drums.
yeah, advanced biowaste hothouses. So that what that does is it increases the fertility of the area, and by doing that, it will allow you to, I would say, gain access to more food. So it boosts the food fertility so that more food is produced. So these are just some of the stuff inside the city. So you have to look at food, health, and the cold, squalor, and crime. Now, squalor is something that can affect the city and it can cause a lot of
How do you deal
problems.
with squalor?
All right, so to deal with squalor, you have to provide an ample amount of materials. So in the
Yeah, and I'm having a bit of a shortage there. I will address it as soon as I can, but for now, it's the fuel. That's the critical thing I needed. Thank you very much, Laura. You've given me much insight. Thank you. I owe you a lot.
Oh, that's fine, man. I'm glad I was able to help. So you should your city should function well. Another thing that you need to look out for is the political structure of the city. So you don't want to go too
Keep
far.
everyone happy. Pretty straightforward.
All
Or
right.
yeah,
That's
basically it's a balancing act. As I said, the storms always hand my ass, and they all go because of the fuel failures.
understandable.